What should a woman do when she reaches middle age and her lover who cheated on her has a family? Hi, I am Dudu. Welcome to my channel. When a woman reaches middle age, life may seem stable, but sometimes there is a small flame in her heart, and the yearning for love may suddenly emerge. But if she falls in love with someone she shouldn't love at this time and she has a family and still does this, it is really not a good thing. This is probably not a good fate, and it may be a disaster. Let's talk about why this is unreliable. We are middle-aged with family responsibilities, old people and children, and we have our own careers to fight for. If we fall into a wrong relationship at this time, we may feel exciting and fresh at first, as if found a feeling of love when we were young. But as time goes by, all the problems come. First of all, this relationship itself is immoral. We all have our own partners and children. If we fall into it, isn't it a betrayal of our families? This kind of hurt is deep. It will cut a big hole in the family, and the pain brought to relatives cannot be made up by money or time. So, what should I do if I really fall into such a relationship accidentally? Let me tell you in detail. The first step is to let go of this wrong love in time. My dears, this is not easy, but it must be done. It's like holding a fire in your hand. You know it's hot, so you have to let go quickly. We middle-aged people have to be rational and can't be led by impulse. Maybe you will say, how can you let go so easily after falling in love? But think about it, for this momentary emotional impulse, is it worth it to sacrifice your stable life for the rest of your life? You have to look at the long term. Think about the warmth of the family. Think about the smiling faces of your children. These are the real foundation of your happiness. Every time you can't help but look for that person, just be hard-hearted and tell yourself not to do this. Find more things to do, divert your attention, and slowly, the feelings will fade. The second step is for both parties to delete each other and stop communicating in the future. This step is critical. Now that communication is so advanced, you can get in touch with your partner with just a WeChat or a phone call. But if you don't cut off this connection, it's like the kite string is not cut cleanly and the wind blows and it gets tangled again. Deleting the contact information is a clear signal to yourself and the other party. This wrong relationship ends here. Don't feel reluctant. This is responsible for yourself and the other party. Think about it. If you keep the contact information, if you are in a bad mood or lonely one day, will it be easy to make mistakes again? We must be straightforward and make this relationship that shouldn't have become a thing of the past return to our own life track and don't disturb each other. This is the right thing to do. The third step, and the most important step, is to cherish the people around you and manage your marriage well. After experiencing this emotional storm, you may not like your partner at all and feel that your marriage is dull. But my dears, marriage is not passionate every day. It is a long-term companionship. Think back, when you got married, did you have many sweet moments? Your partner has also paid a lot for this family, but you may have ignored it over time. From now on, rediscover her goodness, chat with her more, talk about your heart, and plan the future together, such as where to travel and how to give your children a better education. These small goals in life can make your heart stick together again. Managing a marriage requires patience. It may be a little difficult at the beginning, but as long as you do it with your heart, you can slowly find the feeling of happiness. My dears, love in middle age is really not that pure. Those romances may just be temporary illusions. We can't destroy the home we have worked hard for many years for this illusory romance. So, we must guard our hearts and have a sense of propriety in dealing with the opposite sex. Since we have chosen to get married, we must take this responsibility. Those unreliable feelings are like wildflowers on the road. Just look at them, don't pick them. Only by cherishing the people around you can you truly hold happiness and walk through the second half of your life steadily. We are all good for ourselves and our families. Be responsible middle-aged people. Don't you think this makes sense?